Well, where has this Nebraska football team been all season? Where has it been for a couple of years? Hard to say, but it showed up tonight. Nebraska football trucks Northwestern, and I mean it was a trucking, like a big semi-truck right over Wildcat football. Leave a message, because Northwestern was not at home tonight. Nebraska wins 56-7 over Northwestern. That is a beating that Pat Fitzgerald is not used to taking, and Nebraska delivered a first-round knockout. They had 2 touchdowns on the board before 6 minutes of game clock were gone, and they ran the show all night long. Nebraska runs for 427 yards. Jaquez Yant, who had 5 carries for 25 yards all season coming into tonight, rips off a 64-yarder on the second drive of the game. He ends up going over 100. Xavier Betts has an 83-yard option touchdown down the left sideline. Looked like an eye back going that way. Nebraska dominated from start to finish. It was the most impressive and dominant performance of the Scott Frost era. Adrian Martinez was sharp. He didn't have to be great. When you run for 427 yards, how good do you have to be? But he was pretty good. He threw for about 200 yards, and he threw a touchdown to Samori Toure. Hit Toure for a 70-yard pass on the first play of the game. That was impressive. Nebraska shrugged off its first quarter woes. They scored 10 points in the first quarter in the first 5 games. Tonight they scored 21. This game was never really in doubt after that second touchdown. It was pretty darn cut and dry from there. Nebraska was threatened just once. It was 28-7. Northwestern drove down to about the 9. JoJo Doman forced a fumble. DeAndre Thomas recovered it, and that was really all she wrote. Northwestern's offense didn't try to run the football. They came in averaging 214 yards a game. They didn't look like it tonight. They barely tried. They had 37 yards rushing. They put all the game on Ryan Helinski, their quarterback. He couldn't deliver. Nebraska harassed him all night, brought different blitz packages. It was pretty impressive stuff. Big recruiting night for Nebraska football, Nebraska basketball, all the other sports. They saw a show. And guess what? By the second half of this game, everybody was thinking about Michigan, right? Michigan is coming into town. They are undefeated. They might be in the top 10. We don't know right yet. They whipped Wisconsin today 38-17. What will they be when they come to town? We're just going to have to find out. But Nebraska's going to be ready. It's going to be another Saturday night crowd, and they're going to be coming off their best performance of the season. 2 new offensive line starters in Teddy Prohaska and Nuri Nwili. Yant played for the most snaps of his season. It was pretty impressive. Everybody looked like they were running downhill. The holes were huge for every running back out there. You had to be impressed. This is the kind of team that can beat Michigan, that could even take Ohio State 12 rounds, that could maybe even beat Iowa. The team that had played earlier in this year, I don't know. But the team that played tonight, 56-7, the most lopsided and dominant win in the Scott Frost era. Well, this team could beat just about anybody. Scott Frost kept telling us there was a good team in there. Tonight we saw it, and they didn't even screw up on special teams. I'm Sam McEwen with Omaha.com, Omaha World Herald, and HuskerExtra.com. Thanks a lot, Husker fans.